All right, YouTubers, I am exhausted, so you guys better fucking appreciate this video. I am tired. I'm going to show you guys everything I picked up today. I think I showed you guys the stuff I got yesterday. I already forgot if I did that video or not. But if I didn't, I guess it'll be good after this one, which would be not in alphabetical order. If I did, I'm fucking exhausted. So, this is everything I got today in Columbus. And then from there, I went to meet up with Fam Eric and went to a little crusty flea market in, what the hell was it? In Kearney or Kearney, what the fuck you call it? Kearney County, Kearney, Car, whatever. But I went there. All I picked up was a cake dish, so I didn't get anything from there. Then from there, my boy Hector, he came through and we did a trade on some stuff. I'll show you guys that too and what my plans with that. I guess it's getting around that time where I'm just going to start recycling again, going back into collecting certain toys and stuff like that to accumulate them so I can either sell them or most likely trade them to Eddie. I mean, there's a lot of things I like trading with people just because it's easier for them to get rid of it than for me, because I don't deal with eBay, or as I call it, Evil Bay. So anyway, enough of that. First thing I did today, first deal of the flea market. I always forget this guy's name. Real cool guy. He's very cheap with his prices. And so a heavyset white chick. I don't think I've ever noticed or seen her before. Or I might say I never noticed and or seen her before. Well, obviously, if you don't notice, you never seen, or if you never seen, you don't notice. So she was sitting there, playing around with her fucking phone. One thing about people don't realize they get a good deal. They want certain items, and if the deal is good, they just figure they could just try to flash play an individual into, selling them something for real cheap. Me, I'm a businessman. I don't need to go to eBay and fucking and calculate this and that. If I know I should be able to move something, I'm going to move it. She basically played herself, and then I walked up to her talking to somebody else about me. She said, "Yeah, some black dude brought all this stuff, and I was trying to get certain things, but the guy brought this stuff, and maybe I should have took a play on it, but he didn't have to be so quick about it." And I walked up on her when she was saying it. And then she just looked at the other guy that she was talking to and just walked away. I could have called her all types of names, but I didn't give a fuck. You snooze, you lose. That's just part of the game. Sometimes I see people with shit and I'm like, oh man, please put it down. Please put it down. So I can just run up on it real quick. And there's a couple other game people. There's one young kid, I don't like him. He comes with his mom to Meadowlands. And I guess now he's selling in Columbus, because this is the second Sunday I've seen at least his mom set up while he was still walking around. And then there's an older white guy. I mean, he's definitely older than me. He's an asshole. I mean, he did sell me a vintage Millennium Falcon with a beat up box. But the price he wanted was kind of high. I know he probably didn't even fucking pay more than $10 or $15 for it, but I think I gave him like $1 for it. But I had the money and I wanted it, so I didn't give a shit. But he's an asshole. He's a dickhead, and not an asshole like me, asshole, but just like a real prick piece of shit. There's another older white dude that walks around, and he likes to hit people in the head too. He'll buy something for 50 cents, then sell it for $50 to $100 if he can. I don't buy from him purposely. I just don't like him, and I don't buy from him. And the guy that I just mentioned as an asshole, I wouldn't buy anything from him again. Oh, excuse me, I'm thirsty. So, anyway, there's a guy next to this dude named Roy, white dude. He's very cheap with his prices too, and he gave me a quote on some stuff because he knows me. He likes me. But he wanted $50 for these other 4 games that this other white dude that I don't like, bald-headed, Jewish or Irish-looking guy, real piece of shit too. And not because don't ever think that I call people this or that, or I dislike them because they're my competition. There's competition, then there's competition you don't like, then there's competition you just straight up hate, then there's healthy competition. They are basically the competition I just despise and hate, like pure hatred for them because they're pieces of shit. But anyhow, so anyway, this one dude. So the girl had this stuff, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, what do you want for it? I mean, I already saw the PS4, I seen the original PlayStation, and I seen the PS2. And I'm like, well, I know the PS2 sells from anywhere from 75 to like 100, 100 and a quarter. He has 2 memory cards, 2 PS2 controllers, and I'm like, okay, I mean, that should easily be a buck 20 all day. Then he had the original PlayStation with the original PlayStation controller and an analog controller, and I'm like, that's got to be at least 60 to 70 bucks. I already calculated both of these at around 170 all day. On the low end, just to get rid of it, 150. PS4, easily 70 to 100 bucks. Easy for this. Hands down. And then everything else here is just icing on the cake. He did say that these games here are, these cases just empty. So My Fashion Studio, Balls of Fury, Cartoon Network Racing, Ford Racing, Backyard, Slot Bucket Games, Monster Jam, Heartland, I believe that's what that's called. I can't really see too well. This other game, I don't know what the hell that is because I can't really read it. But, okay, Big Mother Truck, I think, or whatever. Who gives a shit? Nintendogs, New Zooland Story, ATV, Monster Trucks, I believe. And then for the PS1, you got Test Drive Off-Road 2. Then for the PS2, you got ESPN 2K5, MVP Baseball 05, and Simpsons Hit and Run. All these are empty cases. All right. And then, of course, down here are your basic games. These games ain't worth shit, but even at $1, a couple of bucks each, if you got the systems, you sell, you bundle it with the systems, you're good there. So from the bottom, you got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 05. Then you got NCAA Football 03, Madden 03, MVP Baseball 03, NFL Game Day 01, Tetris World, Super Buster Move, Madagascar, SOCOM 2, Navy SEALs, and then Disney's Kingdom Hearts 2. So these are all in there. These aren't, but these are. Then, believe it or not, this game is worth a couple of bucks to up to 10 bucks. GBA Strawberry Shortcake. And then here you have a used copy of Medal of Honor, European Assault. Then you have this interactive CD disc. I think this is for the PS2. I don't know, whatever. I think it is, because I think that goes with the... maybe not. Who gives a shit? And then here you have a Nintendo DS Lite. I know this at least $30 all day. 30 plus, because it is in the box. It does have the stylus, and it has the box. And then you got these DS games up here. You have Pet Resort, Imagine Teacher. What is this game here? Let's see if I can see it better on my Princess. I can't make it out. Then you got Eminem Break'em. Then you have Imagine Movie Star, Cooking Mama. That's actually a decent $12 to $20 game, believe it or not. Then at the bottom here, we have Wheel of Fortune, NBA Shootout 02, WWF Warzone, Test Drive 6, Frogger, and Namco Museum Volume 3 for the original PlayStation. These are a couple bucks. Then here are the good ones. So here we have Bully, which is worth about 15 plus. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 together are about 15 bucks or so. Final Fantasy 10 Part 2 or X2, what we want to call it. And then Final Fantasy 12 Collector Edition. Those are worth about $25 to $33 for the 3 of them. Then Into the Matrix, along with Matrix Path of Neo, is worth about $20, $25 for the both. Dynasty Warriors 4 is worth about $12 to $20. Rocky, about $10 to $12. Dragon Quest 8, definitely worth about $20, $25. Unamusha Dawn of Dreams about the same, and then Tomb Raider 3 about the same. And then surprisingly, this Game Boy Advance Winx Club is worth about $20+. Zelda about the same, and Shrek 2 somewhere between 10 to 15. So this stack alone of 16 games is worth what I paid for all this. I mean, this guy only wanted $140. And the girl was standing there, so he already made her the deal. So I walked up, he said, "Hey, what's up, Mike?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's popping?" And I'm like, "Well," and he's like, "Oh, well." Actually, I asked him because she was sitting on her phone. So when people do that, I just go over them. It's not to me. It's not a disrespect. It's just a stupid missed opportunity that they fucking take upon themselves. Once somebody's looking at a phone or something, you're indecisive. So you don't say okay. So that gives me a chance to come in and grab it. So again, like I said, when I saw the PS4, the PS2, and the PS1, and he was like, "I'm only asking 140 for everything." Like he was like, making a statement like, "Dude, like, I'm trying to give this bitch a great deal for 140. And I seen the Game Boy Advance Zelda. So I know that I'm like, that's a $20 game right there. And I'm like, dude, I see Unamusha, that's another $20+ game. I saw Dragon Quest, I'm like, that's another $20 game. So I'm like, wow, okay. So I'm like, yo, there's already 60, $70 right there. And I said, "Oh, is the DS Lite in there?" He said, "Yeah, it's in there." I'm like, "Oh, that's 40. Minimum 40. So I'm like, yo, that's already $100. And I'm like, yo, look at these systems. $140. This fat bitch is stupid. So I'm like, yo, I'll take it. Hold it for me. I said, "Give me a couple hours. You know what I'm doing." He said, "Yep, no problem." He put it to the side. So she stood there with a stupid look on her face, like really, dude, like kind of look and body language. And I'm like, bitch, if you gravitated toward this shit like you gravitate toward a big ass pizza or fucking whatever the hell you eat to make you that size, then you should have known. I don't play games, man. I mean, I really went there looking for more GI Joes and toys, but everybody's like, "Oh, I didn't know you still collecting video games." I'm like, listen, man. Anytime I get a chance to get a nice amount of video game shit so I can resell it or whatever, hey, I'm about making money. It ain't about what I just collect or whatever. I'm like, yo, this opportunity. It was a video game. It was a video game opportunity, so I took it. I mean, come on, man. I mean, fuck, $140 for the stack of these 16. Somebody might say, "Hey, would you take 90 or 120 maybe?" But to get a working, nice, great condition PS2, original PlayStation, a PS4, and then all this crap, come on, man. Like that's a fucking no-brainer. He could have easily said 250, 300. He said $140 for this. I don't know who or why people passed this up, but I'm glad idiots did, because they're greedy and stupid. Because their stupidity and greed, including hers, is why I got this stuff. I know, I sound like a fucking dog right now. That's how thirsty I am. I'm not the kind of person that'd be like, "Damn, why this person didn't take it?" Or, "Damn, why that person..." I don't give a shit. If I'm like, yo, $140 for 3 PlayStation systems with games and a damn handheld in a box, hell yeah. And I was like, "Oh, I want it. I'll take it." He said, "All right, fair enough." That was it. He didn't even look at the girl. He said, "Good, I'm glad you took it." Like, that was the look he had. So later on, he was like, "Yeah, a lot of people, he said, a lot of people in this market, I don't know what's going on." I said, "Well, people here are fucking cheap. They want everything for 50 cents so they can sell it for $100. It is what it is." But anyhow, that's what I paid for this. I paid $140 for a working PS4, a working original PlayStation with 2 controllers, the original and an analog. There is a game in here, which is Tomb Raider 2. I don't know. I don't even know. I got to look and see what's in here. Then in this PlayStation 2, there might be another game in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the good stack of games. All right, so moving off from that crap. My G.I. Joe lady, I've been dealing with her for years now. She finally, broke and just gave me all these G.I. Joes for $5 each. There's like, one of these is worth about 25. The other 2 are worth between 12 to just around $18. I can't remember which is which. But if I say $10 each on it, it's not bad, because, it's like I got these 3 for free. because she just did everything $5 each on them because she had them for a while. Nobody was budging on them, so boom. And so she gave me this. I think I have one or two other binders downstairs that I got from her about a month or two ago. And she does $20 a binder. I don't know how many books are in here. I still haven't gone through the other ones. It's almost like $1 a book, which I'm okay with that. So it says 1 of 4 limited series. G.I. Joe Order of Battle. You got 1. So I'm guessing there's 1 through 4 in here. And here's another one. So I don't know how many of these are in there. So this is definitely one full miniseries because I see 1 through 4 right here. Then we got G.I. Joe Special Missions, first issue. You would think this is actually a expensive book. Only worth about $2 to $3 depending on condition. Then you got so you got Special Missions 1 through, let's see, so far 7. So through 8, and then we go from 15 to 20. Snow job over here. And then here you got G.I. Joe Yearbook number 1. I think this is like a couple of bucks as well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually a good book. This book is worth anywhere from $10 in so-so condition to upper 40s or 50s in really good condition. European Missions number 11. And then here you got Tales of G.I. Joe number 5. I didn't look this one up. So you got number 5 and 7. Wait, let me see. Yeah, so she wanted $20 for this. She wouldn't do no less than that, and you know. So yeah, got that. So I basically paid $50 for this binder and these 6 G.I. Joes. 4 of the Spy Troops and these 2 here, that the G.I. Joe versus Cobra. I grabbed them because I'm gonna do something with Eddie with these, so I'll give these to Eddie because he already has a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, so I'll do something with him with this stuff. This every time I try to see a Michael Jackson doll, there's some ink on that, but you know that's something that alcohol and or acetone would be to take off. I know my mom still have my sisters, and I think my mom still has like every one of these still sealed in box. But every chance I get it, every time I get a chance to come across one that's in good condition, I'll always try to buy it. So I get it, got $10 for it. I don't even know if this is worth 10, but whatever. And this, remember how I was talking about the bald-headed guy who might be Jewish or Irish or whatever, and the other older guy that's an asshole who sold me the Millennium Falcon, etc., etc. They would buy this guy, and he had video game stuff. And earlier on this video, I was talking about him. So I'm not gonna say what I paid for this, but I got a good deal on it. The other guy slept on it. This actually works. It has sound and video, and that is an original Pokemon Red. He did get another Pokemon Red that did have a perfect picture, but still in all, that would help magnify the price on this. So there's a good chance I may just go ahead and buy the faceplate for this to get more. And that light actually works too. So I will say I paid under $70 for this. I'm not gonna say exactly how much under, but just about that. And I was happy to do so because I know this is at least a $45, $50 game. 65 plus if it had the full picture, but still no, it is still a Pokemon game. And this stack of stuff here, I paid $20 for the PS4 2K19, Fallout 4, FIFA 18, Call of Duty Black Ops, I don't know which one that is, and some other Persona, whatever game on the bottom, along with this Marine retired brand new license plate cover thingy-majig, and that banging ass U.S. Marine Corps cup. $20 I paid for those 2 with these 5 games. And again, I knew I had a PS4, so that's why I got this stuff. And then this guy, as I was walking by, as I was shooting a video, I asked him, hey, what do you ask on the PS4? He said it's just the console. There's nothing in the box. I think it's like the wire for it or something like that, but no controller. Then this other guy had a couple of controllers, and he was, I mean, I was like, dude, and he wanted 15. I said, would you do 10? He made it sound like it would make it seem like it was fucking rocket science. I said, bro, if you can't do it, don't worry about it. And he was just standing there dazed. And, he just took 12 for it. I knew this guy didn't have one. And this is, I mean, I brought it after the fact. Because when he said 15, I walked away. And they were about maybe 4 or 5 spots and on opposite sides of each other in the same aisle. And, the guy, I came back, but not purposely to try to lowball him. He said the lowest he'll take was 50 on it. He wanted 60 for it in the box. And I was like, dude, I'm already out of money, and I only got like $50 on me. He said, yeah. I said, no, I'm not going to the A team out here. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take, I'm going to, buy a water or orange juice, and I need the money for the toll to get home. And that was it. So he's like, how about 45? I said, I'm not leaving for $5. I said, no, dude, I don't need that. I'm good. So he's like, all right. So he took 40 on the PS4 in the box. It wasn't a strategy or me trying to get over on him. It's just that at that particular point, I told him, I forgot what I told him earlier, but and then I actually forgot I actually had another $12 on me, a 10 and two $1 bills. So I went back and I was trying to, give the other 10 to this dude for that. And he was adamant on taking my $12. So, and I needed it to kind of complete that. So it is what it is with that stuff. And then this other white dude, you could tell he does clean outs. He had this. And I was like, what are you asking on this? And I said, you don't have any wires or anything for it? And he just had this, he had this surprise, he had this real nope look in his face. I thought the Toy Story was like a $10 or $15 game. Unfortunately, he's only worth about $3 to $5. He probably knew that, so he got one over on me. The Sega Genesis doesn't have anything with it, so I'm going to go ahead and say that it's like a $5 game because he wanted 15. I asked him would he take 10, and without even hesitating, he said sure. So he either knows this thing doesn't work or he got it in the clean out and don't give a shit. So I kind of see a $5 profit on this. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So that's basically everything I got today. Thrifting. I mean, at the Columbus Flea Market. Like I said, all I got from that other flea market I went to that fam Eric was at in Kearney. All I got was a cake dish. Yes, a dish you put a baked cake in or any item in to keep fresh. Okay, just because I don't want nobody to be like, well, did he say cake or what does that mean? Because somebody might say, oh, a cake dish, what is that? Some kind of new toy or something like that. So there you have it. So that's basically what I got. Yeah, and this stuff over here, me and Hector did a trade on. I'm not gonna really go into details. There is I think a Python or Crimson type of Cobra bat. This DC Icons Green Arrow. My boy Lexington up there, I love that kid. He's my favorite gargoyle, and it is a vintage, so I will be keeping that for myself. Then on the bottom, we have the retro carded Scarlet Witch. So I got that. So I'll probably be taking the Green Arrow and Scarlet Witch to Eddie as well, because I owe him money. So I'll probably be taking that to him. And there's a good chance I'll probably be doing a deal with somebody on this. If not, I'll take it. I'll either do a garage sale or I'll take it to the Meadowlands if I decide to go this week coming up, weather permitted, that is. So that's that, and I'll catch you guys later. I am exhausted. Peace out.